So y double prime plus y prime plus y equals sine squared x. Okay. Thing to remember is this: we don't have one for sine squared, but sine squared can be written a couple of different ways. Of course, it could be 1 minus cosine squared, which is not helpful at all. Okay. Could be a variety of things, but one thing to remember is this: if you think back in the day, you had seen something along the lines of this. The cosine of 2x, perhaps, you've seen this, is cosine squared minus sine squared, which is not helpful at all, Jay. Thank you, I know. It's also equal to 2 cosine squared minus 1. Again, not helpful. It's also equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared. Oh, wait, dude. If I did this and I played musical chairs, I would get 2 sine squared x equals 1 minus cosine of 2x. Wait for it. Divide by 2. And lo and behold, I could replace that with that. So I get y double prime plus y prime plus y equals a half minus a half cosine of 2x. And now we're off to the races, okay? So we know that our solution needs to be of the format. When I do this side over here, it's going to be r squared plus r plus 1. So I get the complementary solution. If I do this, it's going to be negative 1 plus or minus 1 minus 4 over 2. So it's going to be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 3i over 2. Cool. Meaning that my complementary solution is going to be of the format e to the negative 1/2 t c1 cosine root 3 over 2 t plus c2 sine square root of 3 over 2 t, like so, right? That's the complementary solution. Now my particular solution I know has to be of the format, okay? Well, it's going to be a constant plus cosine of 2x plus sine 2x, right? And what I don't know is what these undetermined coefficients are. Cool, let's do it. So when I do this problem here, I think to myself, all right, cool. So what do I know? Well, and then I need to know this is y. So y prime is going to be negative 2b sine 2x plus 2c cosine 2x. And y double prime is going to be equal to negative 4b cosine 2x minus 4c cosine 2x sine 2x, you moron. Cool. So let's add them together, shall we? Okay. So you're going to get an A. Nice. By the way, can we all agree that A better equal a half? I think we can all agree that that's true. It's the only constant over here. It's the only constant on this side. It doesn't come into here or here. It's only here, so A is equal to a half. I think that's pretty clear. So let's don't fool with that anymore. Okay? So then we know, then we add this up, we know that B cosines, yes, plus 2C cosines minus 4b cosines better equal negative a half, because that's your cosines over here. And we know that c minus 2b minus 4c better equal 0 because there are no signs over here. Cool, let's do it. So it's going to be 2c minus 3b equal negative a half. And then you're going to get 2b minus 3c equals 0. That's too much work, so let's just solve that, shall we? So solve. I'm just going to go 2x minus 3y equals negative 0.5 and 2. Oh, is that weird? 2y. I guess I do it backwards. Darn it. Yep, I guess so. Minus 3x equals 0. Darn it. 0.2 and 0.3. That makes sense. So x is c, so 0.2. So x, what did I say? X was c, so that's 0.2 here. Come on, get it. Piece of crap. And that, my friend, is your particular solution. Okay, and I don't know. I think that's all they wanted to know on this problem. Find a particular solution. Yes. And so, just double check, make sure I didn't screw it up. 3.5, number 5. 13 over 26 is a half. Yes. 3 over 26. So I must have made a little bit of a boober somewhere. All right, one moment, please, while I fix my mistake. Well, I don't really fix it. Let's just do it here. So I'm going to have, let me put this back to B and this back to C. Okay, so B plus 2C minus 4B equals negative a half. That's true. C minus 2B minus 4C equals 0. I'm just going to type in the calculator like that. So that's just weird. I don't know. Let's go x plus 2y minus 4x equals negative 0.5 and y minus 2x minus 4c 4ys equals 0, comma, what on earth did you do, stupid? Okay, so that, okay, makes more sense. All right, so 0.115 is my B. And my C is, I must have just added something wrong. My C is negative 0.0769. And if you go and look at the back of the book, they give you 3/26. Well, 3/26 is 0.115, and then negative 26, 0.07. There it is. So that's the correct answer. So I apologize. That's the correct answer right there. And whether you did it in decimal format or whether you did it in fractional format makes no difference to me. But the key hinges on using this substitution, which it usually does when there's a sign, a squared.